Hi, my name is Marie Johnson, and I would like to get tattooed on Miami ink. I would like to get a piece that kind of fills in this area right here, and kind of makes like the tattoos I already have like into one cohesive piece, I guess, or at least just kind of brings them together. I'm pretty open to whoever tattoos me. Just somebody that obviously would be able to do something that would look good with the tattoos that I already have, which are, traditional style. Um, Basically, the tattoo that I want to get is I want to stick with, like, this is an anchor. I want to stick with, like, a nautical theme. Um, I got married on a ship about, actually on 7707, and basically it was really weird because I got these tattoos a really long time ago, and they were just kind of random, and I wasn't sure why I got them. It was really weird, and like I think it was like my wedding day, and I'm sitting there and I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, oh my god, like this is an anchor, and this is a diamond with wings and like a keyhole, and like this is a hot pink rose, and that was my flower, and it was just really weird because you know it really came, and like this kind of represents my wedding, and I just wanted to have the rest of it just be, like a nautical theme with, maybe like some rings, in it, like it maybe like 7707 somewhere, like, the date somewhere in there, like on a banner or something. But the reason, like right here, this says onward, and I got this, actually, like the onward actually meant something, and basically the onward was because, I've really gone through a lot in my life, and it was to remind me to just keep looking onward and not to, keep looking, just not focus on what, was what happened. Basically, like this year has been pretty intense for me, and I really think that it would be a good time to get this tattoo, at the end of 2007. Um, this year, like I started working in this horrible job, and that I actually got out of in June, 2 weeks before I got married. I started this new job, which was actually my dream job, and it's really weird how everything comes together. I'm a domestic violence advocate at a battered women's shelter in my town, and I love my job. I really do, and it really hits home to me because I have been affected by domestic violence my whole life, and I actually got out of a domestic violence situation, and I just feel so lucky to have married the person that I did and not married my abuser, which is really makes me feel really lucky. And I kind of want my tattoo to symbolize how important my marriage is, and how lucky I feel. My husband is gonna get, he has some tattoos too, and he was gonna get a key added to his sleeve, which just so happens to be nautical also, which is weird because we both had our tattoos before we met. I had some other stuff to say. I don't know exactly what else I had to say, but I just um, really like, it's just really about moving forward from my past, and it's just really, I don't know, it's just, this tattoo would just mean so much to me, and it's just, I've overcome so much this year, and right after I started my job, a week later, I got into a house that we had bought a couple months earlier, that we, completely gutted and built from the ground up again. And basically, we got married, and in July went away for a week, and then came back, and ever since then, for the last 4 months, we've just been 24 hours a day, like at that house. We're not living there because it's a construction site, but working on it. And it's really, for newlyweds, like it's just kind of like a weird thing to be having to not have like the traditional like newlywed. It just showed how like strong our marriage is, and how like really, because like we never fight, and even through all this we haven't fought, and it's really really cool. But this year has been so stressful. It's just been really weird because it's been like a roller coaster, and it's just been actually probably the one of the most important year of my life, I guess. bought a house, got married, figured out what I wanted to do, ended up in an awesome job that really like, you know, because my whole life, like I knew like my ultimate goal was that I wanted to start a shelter, a homeless shelter, but you know, I just didn't know, you know, I knew that was down the road and I had never worked at a homeless shelter, and now that I work at a homeless shelter, it's giving me the experience that's like leading me, you know, closer and closer to my goal. But anyway, I don't know what else that I have to say. I want it to be in color, obviously, to go with the rest of my tattoos. And it just, oh my gosh, like I totally wrote like down what I wanted to say, and it's like 100 pages, and I don't even know what all of this says. It's kind of funny. Because it's funny because I never like really thought this much in, I didn't know like I really had this much to say about my tattoos. Oh, one thing I did want to add is that when I got my tattoos, I come from a, I guess like a culture or whatever where tattoos are really unaccepted. Like where I grew up, like nobody gets tattoos. Like they think people with tattoos are really trashy, and you know you're either a criminal or you're like trashy if you have tattoos. And you know it's just really weird because you know I grew up like going to country clubs and stuff, and people talk crap about people with tattoos, and they little do they know that under whatever I'm wearing, like I definitely have tattoos, and it's been hard.